Hi, I'm Steve Pennaz. This is Jim Edlund with the North American Fishing Club. Hey, one of the best ways to enjoy maximum performance for your tackle is making sure you use fresh line.
Absolutely, Steve. And I think one of the key mistakes that most people make is not putting the line on correctly, which can turn into a real nightmare on the water with lots of coils and twists.
When you put line on wrong on a spinning reel, you end up with line twists, and it robs you of performance even if you have fresh line. Fortunately, spooling your spinning reel is simple and easy. Here are the steps that both Jim and I use. We start by running the tag end through the bottom guide, and then we go to the arbor knot.
Yes, and I've already tied a tag end, which is just a simple slip knot in the end, overhand knot. I wrap it around the spool or the arbor, tie another overhand knot, and cinch tight.
The purpose of the arbor knot is to keep the line tight to the spool during the winding process. Now the next step's where most anglers make a big mistake, and it involves the screwdrivers. You know, a lot of anglers like to stick that screwdriver through the middle and then pull the line off here. That's a big mistake when you're using a spinning reel.
Absolutely, Steve. What you really want to do is you want to pull the line off the face of the spool so that the rotation of the spool on the spinning reel actually matches the coils as they fall off of the spool.
And what that does, if you watch, you can see there's actually loops that come off. And the loops that come off go on the reel the same way. It helps you avoid line twist. You'll notice too that I'm using pressure from my hand up here to put the line on very tight. And if you're running into issues with line twists, what you want to do is stop through the process and see if the line's springing off the reel. Now you'll notice it's not springing off. We're putting it on the right way. If it is springing off, turn the spool the opposite direction and continue winding. Now there's one other issue to avoid. What is that, Jim?
Well, you really don't want to overfill or underfill your reel.
The problem with underfilling a spool means casting distance will suffer and it can cause additional drag on the line. Bottom line, poor performance. But you can also have problems with putting too much line on a reel. You can often jump off the end of the spool, and that's a bad thing because it causes tangles.
Absolutely, Steve, and that's why we recommend that you fill within only about 1/8 of an inch of the edge of the spool, depending on the reel manufacturer, of course.
Jim, this one's just about perfect. It's not overfilled or underfilled.
Yeah, it looks great, Steve. It's just too bad we've got 3 or 4 rods to do before we leave on our trip.
Let's get going. I'll grab the next one.